Welcome to Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking brings you the Gulf Coast's finest chefs cooking their delicious recipes with all-natural gas. This show is brought to you by Energy Services of Pensacola. And now, Coastal Cooking.
We are cooking today with another broken egg, and doing the honors for us is Executive Chef Jason Knoll, Director of Operations, and owner of the Pensacola Another Broken Egg, Linda Biggers. Welcome.
Thanks for having us out.
We are so excited. I love having new restaurants. You've been open about 5 or 6 months.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've got a great menu. And Jason, you've got different items from your breakfast, brunch, and lunch menu.
Yes, breakfast, lunch, and brunch, 7 to 2. If you like breakfast for lunch, come on in. We serve the full menu all day long.
Love it. Gotta love it. What's our first dish?
Well, let's start off with the shabby omelet. One of the things that's becoming a trend, of course, here in America is we're being a little more conscious of what we're eating. And so this is a vegetarian, not a vegan, but a vegetarian item. It's called our shabby omelet. And shabby gets its origins. Our restaurant is a Gulf Coast flair with a little Cajun influence and a little hint of California stuck in there. So shabby, that's the person at the house of the shabby, B's house. When you go to shabby house, you're going to get a little bit of butter in the pan. And we have
Is that where the Cajun part comes in?
That's
right
the Cajun
here.
part, absolutely. That was my best. I'm not gonna bam anything. Here we have some roasted
I don't think we can top
onions.
that, do you, Linda? He's good.
And here we have some roasted red peppers.
Okay.
And I have some roasted portobello mushrooms.
So you do all this roasting ahead of time?
Let me tell you, just slice them up the best way you can. Stick them in a sheet pan with your favorite dressing.
Yep.
That's all you gotta do.
Okay.
Now there's basically 3 types of omelets. We like to do what they call a Western or a folded omelet. All of our omelets are 3-egg omelets. We like to work the ingredients into the eggs. We don't season our eggs with anything. The seasoning is the product and the ingredients that we have. By the way, if you wanted to, this is done with good flavorful olive oil. If you wanted to, you could use a fat-free dressing to roast those vegetables. It'd be just as nice.
Okay.
These are just eggs that have been whipped.
Just eggs, no
Just
milk
eggs.
or water
No
added
milk,
to them.
no water. And so what we're going to do is, I think the problem with most people in omelets, you get your pan hot.
Yes.
It's one of the most important ones. The next one is don't play with it too much. So you can see it's starting to bubble around the sides. And we're going to just lightly scramble this. Make sure all those ingredients are evenly distributed throughout the dish. Oh, by the way, nonstick pan, a must.
Okay.
And it doesn't cook as
Good
well on
idea.
gas. I don't know if you're aware of that. You have to have gas to make a good omelet.
Won't taste as good.
Won't taste as good and it
if
won't
it's on
cook as
anything
fast.
else.
So we have 8 omelets on the menu.
8?
8 omelets, yeah, absolutely. Some have seafood in them. We have some with shrimp. We have some with crab meat. Our Floridian omelet, absolutely delicious.
I'm sure you've tasted all of this, haven't you, Linda?
My
Do you have a
is
favorite?
Stan's. Stan's has mushrooms and shrimp.
Mushrooms and shrimp.
in it.
Yeah, and crawfish.
And crawfish.
Oh.
And I grew up in Louisiana, so
There you go.
I love my crawfish.
Gotta have that seafood.
Poor Linda, when she went through the training, she had to eat every single dish on the menu.
And that's a bad thing?
For the waistline.
So here we're getting ready, almost ready for the flip.
So how do you know when to flip it when it's...
Well, you can see that there's almost no egg
no liquid,
in there,
yeah.
no liquid.
Okay.
And so let's see what I'll make sure I don't get anything on there. That's green now. I thought you were going to wear yellow for me. So now we flip this omelet over, and we're almost done. I'm going to move that to the middle of the pan.
I love omelets. So much fun adding different things
And we're
to
trying
it.
not to get too much brown on the omelet. All right, I'm going to flip this guy just one more time. There we go.
Beautiful.
And we're going to go ahead and move this over to our plate. We serve all of our omelets with country potatoes, a toasted English muffin, a little bit of whipped butter, and a fresh garnish of oranges. This omelet's not quite finished just yet. We still have left to put on here. Beautiful.
It is nice. Look at that.
We have some feta cheese. We
That's
have
a whole
some,
nother flavor, isn't it?
yeah, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
Oh my goodness.
And then chiffonade of basil, which is a fancy French word for cut into ribbons.
Yes.
And this is exactly what your omelet will look like when you come into the restaurant.
What a breakfast.
Now the real
That's
show
nice.
starts. Linda?
Okay, I'm going to do our yogurt and fruit and granola parfait. You start out with vanilla yogurt. This is Dannon's. And we're going to put a layer of the vanilla yogurt.
This is so
About a third.
easy and
It
so
is.
nutritious.
And this is one of our healthier choices that we have.
Do you have this
in
year
our store.
round?
We do.
You do? Okay.
We have this. We have our fruit bowl. I'm going to put a little bit of kiwi and strawberries. And I'm going to chop up some of our banana here.
This is a good one, Mother's Day idea. The kids can help chop the fruit. The kids can help put it in the little container, and it looks so nice for mom.
It does.
And we also have oatmeal if you like healthier choices or you
Very
are
good.
into eggs. We have oatmeal also, and you can put fruit on our oatmeal. So we're going to put a little bit of banana in there and then granola.
And this can be store-bought or homemade.
Right. And then some of our strawberry yogurt on top of that. And just layering.
That's looking good, Linda.
Yes, I
Yum.
love the layers. You
It
can
is,
see the
especially
layers.
with all the fresh colors in there. And you don't have to use strawberries, bananas, and kiwis. You can use whatever fruit
Whatever
you have
fruit that
available.
you like and you have available. You could do raspberries if you like.
Blackberries, peaches.
Ooh, peaches. I think I've seen some beautiful peaches at the market here recently.
That would be great.
We'll chop up some more banana and put it
One
on
of the
top
other
there.
beautiful things, I'm looking at that delicious parfait glass and remembering that on our menu, one of the beautiful things that separates our breakfast restaurant from other restaurants, we have Bloody Marys and mimosas.
Oh.
You can even get a cold beer with a cheeseburger if you like.
Really? How wonderful.
Going to put a little bit more of the vanilla on top, and then we're going to make like a little rosette with our strawberries and our kiwis. Use like three
This needs
pieces
to
of.
be on the front of a magazine. It's so
She's doing such a
perfectly
great job.
done.
We're going to do our kiwis, and then we'll do our
Beautiful.
strawberries, and then we'll do our bananas last. And then you put the blueberries in the center. And it makes for a very nice presentation.
And that's a filling breakfast, isn't it?
It
Great,
is
makes
now.
a great snack.
It is in our restaurant. When you order the yogurt, fruit, and granola, the very next question the server asks you is, "What kind of muffin would you like?" We get a gourmet muffin. We have 4 of them. We have our blueberry, of course. You have to have blueberry. We have a chocolate chip cappuccino. We have a morning glory, which reminds me of a
Carrot cake.
carrot cake. I think that's
spice cake.
Yeah, and of course the last one we have the chocolate chip
You can
chip
see
is
the-
the
Beautiful.
blueberry muffin.
That is so nice.
So this would be the dish in its entirety at the restaurant, the
Let's
yogurt
get
for
it
granola.
up
And
here.
this one you chose the blueberry muffin, Linda?
Yes. Oh, no, actually, it's cranberry walnut.
Cranberry
Oh,
walnut. for the-
perfect. Perfect. How nice.
And that is your fruit
Just
and yogurt
beautiful.
parfait.
Now, Jason, you are, of course, an executive chef. But,
Can't you tell?
well, I don't know.
You know they say never trust a skinny chef.
That's right. That's what I was going to say.
I did this
think-
just so people would trust me.
That's right. And you are director of operations.
Yes.
Tell us what you do with Another Broken Egg in that
I
capacity.
have the pleasure of traveling around the country, opening up restaurants, working on the training. I get to meet and work with beautiful people like Linda and her husband Homer, help them open restaurants. It's really kind of helping people fulfill a dream. So for me, it's a great job. Then when I'm not opening up restaurants, I'm working on the training materials. I'm working on menu enforcement, making sure they're doing it just as beautifully as she did here. And also I'm working on just making sure that all of the operations are run. I'd like to lend a hand. I like to call often and make sure people are doing well and staying profitable.
Great. That's great. I know he is
We call
really
him a lot also.
a
You
great
mentioned that when We're on the
resource.
phone going,
They don't.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have someone like that, isn't
yes,
it?
it is. And he's always available.
Well, that's great. What is our next dish?
The next thing I'm going to prepare for you, we've done our breakfast segment,
Right.
and then the next thing we're going to do is our brunch segment. I'm going to do a traditional Louisiana poached egg dish called eggs sardou.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Can't wait.
Let's take a commercial break and we'll start that right after these messages. Stay with us.
You have a choice. Energy that comes from burning dirty coal or energy from a clean natural source. ESP Natural Gas. You have a choice. A bulky electric hot water heater that runs out of hot water, or a sleek tankless water heater that gives you hot water for as long as you need it. Choose a natural gas tankless water heater and get up to $1,000 in rebates from ESP. To learn more, call ESP Natural Gas today.
We're back to start our egg sardou.
This is a classic French dish with the poached egg preparation. You wanted me to talk about poached eggs for a minute.
I do, but are you going to do it in French or
No,
English?
I can't do it in French. Yeah, I would try, but it'd be painful for all of us.
Okay.
This dish is very simple. It's a classic in New Orleans. We've got our English muffins. We've got some artichoke bottoms, and I wanted to take a minute to show the artichoke bottom. The artichoke bottom is the artichoke completely clean. There's none of the fibrous parts that you'll see in the hearts. It's a little pricier, but I think it absolutely is worth the dish. So this is the artichoke bottoms slowly sauteing, and we're going to put some spinach in there in a minute. And hopefully I'm going to crack this egg. I have some spares just in case. So we're going to crack this egg in there.
That's perfect.
And a second one. And I'm going to go for a third one, just in case I can't get it out very effectively.
Okay.
So while that's simmering, we can start talking about the sauces for the egg sardou.
Let me ask you one question. Do you want the water to cover the egg?
Yes.
Okay. So that's important to get that much water in there.
Have to have enough to cover the egg.
Okay. Now what are you doing, Jason?
I'm just kind of agitating it, keeping it all moving together, and that's what
Okay.
the acid does. When I say acid, that's either the vinegar
Or the lemon.
or the lemon, right? That's gonna bind everything together.
Okay.
So we have
That's good.
two sauces with the dish. We have a Florentine sauce, and anytime you hear Florentine, you think of Florence, Italy, and I think spinach. So we have spinach and mushrooms in a cream sauce. This is not the healthy segment. This is the fattiest flavor segment.
That's right.
We're going to enjoy this.
You got to have one of those, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. So the Florentine sauce, again, is a spinach cream sauce with a little bit of mushrooms and onions. Don't come to the restaurant and ask us to take those onions out. I might lie to you and say we did.
Okay. Now, typically, sardou, that type of dish always includes artichokes?
Always artichokes. The sauce might vary a little bit. Maybe you wouldn't use the sauces we've chosen, but always will have the artichokes.
Okay.
The second sauce we've chosen, just because it's so good, is a hollandaise.
Oh, yeah.
People don't get scared of hollandaise. All it is a lemony butter sauce. That's all it is. And these sauces, again, you don't have to make them. You could use your favorite cream sauce that you make to put over the top of this dish. It's not really super important. If I went to the restaurant, I would probably have the egg sardou, or we do another Benedict at the restaurant that is absolutely just heavenly. It's a Benedict Oscar. So it's a thinly sliced steak on top of the English muffin, and then it gets crab meat and asparagus and béarnaise
my
sauce.
goodness. That sounds great.
That's steak and eggs my way.
Uh-huh. Now, how will you know when these are done?
We're going to know they're done. The whites will be all the way firm,
Okay.
and the yolks will still be runny. That's our goal.
Okay.
Unless they ask us to cook it, otherwise that's what we will serve them.
Serve. Okay.
Yeah, we'll poach them hard, we'll poach them easy, we'll poach them medium, but we're going to do it medium unless they ask us.
Okay.
So I'm going to get a little bit more heat going on over here. Oh, yeah.
The artichoke bottoms look great, don't they?
Is that cranking all the way up?
Let's see. You want
My
it on
director
high?
of heat, yeah, get that thing going.
Okay. It's going.
Let's get some spinache in
We are
there.
cooking with gas. You wouldn't cook with anything else, would you, Jason?
I wouldn't cook with anything else because you know what? It would take me probably about 30 or 40 minutes and we wouldn't have time to talk about
That's
this
right.
dish if we weren't
Take you
cooking
a lot
with gas.
longer.
It does, it really does. So I'm going to grab it out with this nice little skimmer and you can see just how beautiful that egg is.
Those are perfect.
And you're going to put this right onto something to dab the water off of.
Paper towel.
All right.
And while he's wilting the spinach,
With
And
the
there's-
artichoke.
With the artichoke in there, absolutely.
Now, when you wilt spinach, how wilted do you want it to get?
For me, and it's true what they say, that if you overcook spinach, you're just cooking all the healthy stuff out of it. So we're just going to cook this just until almost all the way has a wet appearance to it.
Okay.
That's as far as we're going to cook it. And I'm going to grab this artichoke bottom out and stick that right there. And the other artichoke bottom, have a nice little bit of caramelization. You can see the brown on there.
Looks great.
And that's as far as I'm going to go with that spinach.
Okay.
I'm going to put that right there. Wow. And I'm going to use the same
You could
pan.
just about stop right here for me.
Now, I hope my mom doesn't see this segment because I would have used a whole nother pan for this. I have a goal at my parents' house to see if I can dirty up every single dish in the kitchen. So hopefully she's not watching.
She does make you clean them all, doesn't she?
No, we have a deal. I cook, she cleans.
Oh, well, now that's a pretty good deal.
That's not bad.
That's not a bad deal.
So,
Eggs go on top.
eggs go on top. There we are. Oh, there we go.
It's beautiful, Jason.
I got a jumper.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Just put him back together.
Humpty Dumpty.
There you go. Humpty Dumpty, you're right.
So then, one of the two sauces. Now I do have some hollandaise that I've already heated up here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a little bit of hollandaise here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm eating this one.
What do you think, Linda? I don't know.
Looking pretty good.
I don't know. I'm going to have to at least taste it. Can I have at least a taste?
You can have a taste.
Okay. Now, and this is the, what sauce?
This is the Florentine sauce,
Florentine
which is the
sauce.
spinach, mushrooms, and onions.
Okay.
And we're just gonna put that right there in the middle and on top. And Linda is gonna finish it with a
Paprika.
little bit of paprika on there for color.
Beautiful. Wow. What a dish.
Thank you very much.
That is something else.
Truly
We're gonna-
Louisiana-inspired egg sardou.
It is beautiful. Along with these dishes, you've got a special coffee that you serve and some mugs we want to tell everyone about.
Our franchises we use community coffee, and it's a special coffee that's just for our restaurants. We do sell some of the other.
I've got
some.
Excuse me, Linda. I want to show everyone these mugs, and it's got your emblem on it.
That's right. For all of the different franchises, we have a different little symbol down in the corner. On ours, we have the Blue Angels. We felt like that would represent our area.
How special.
So we have Blue Angels on our mugs. They are pottery. They're handmade in the United States in Minnesota by Deneen Pottery, and we do sell